always get asked what fragrance I'm wearing, like always. And I love to smell unique. So I'm here to help you today with a few of my favorite little secrets. Valentine's Day is quickly approaching, so it's time to grab that special fragrance that's gonna ignite passion and capture hearts. So to help make your Valentine's Day special with enchanting scents and irresistible allure, I've curated a romantic selection that's gonna make you feel like the epitome of femininity and grace and still ooze that sensuality to send a very specific message. You know, a lady in the streets, but I'm just gonna let you finish that one. And whether you're planning a romantic dinner with your significant other or a night out on the town with your girlfriends, or even just like a cozy night in by the fireplace. It is February still, so I know it's kind of cold. No matter the occasion, I have my top 5 intoxicating fragrances that are gonna make your Valentine's Day unforgettable. Starting with my favorite, Les Sable Rose. This is honestly my favorite Louis Vuitton perfume. Oh, it is just so good. So on the scent profile, with all these fragrances, I went for more warm and sultry smells. This is definitely the epitome of that. Now let me get the notes for you. This is the 100 milliliter bottle, and the price did go up. When I purchased, it was about $380 and the refills were $150. Right now, it is retailing for $410 US for the same 100 ml bottle. And I believe I purchased mine in 2019. So yeah, it's been a few years. And I also believe that the refills have gone up, but I haven't had it refilled since. So I'm not really sure on that yet. I honestly didn't know why I loved this one so much until I started looking at the scent profile to do this video for you. I absolutely love wood and vanilla and amber. If I do prefer any type of floral scent, it's usually going to be something extra fresh, where it's something like lavender, not like a true like floral smell, not like white lily type where you can like smell the pollen fresh, but something like a lavender or a rose. So I knew even though I can't speak French, I knew that I was going like this. I think the actual translation is pink sands. I saw roses on there, so I figured I would like it, smelt it, loved it, and bought it. So for the scent profile, let's see. It says on their website, it is Centifolia Rose Absolute, Bulgarian Rose Essence, Oud Wood, Ambergris, Black Pepper, and Saffron. That's another thing. I tend to like more like spicy florals. So a lot of times if they have pepper and saffron in there, I do gravitate towards that. So basically every scent that I love, amber, rose, and vanilla, is in this fragrance. It's just so good. This is my favorite perfume at the moment, I think in my entire collection. And every time I wear this, people will stop me and ask me what I'm wearing. Mostly men. So I don't know if they're just kind of drawn to it because it is such like a heavy, woodsy kind of spicy floral, because most men don't like florals. But I think the fact that it uses the oud in there with the black pepper and the amber, I really believe that like males and females are just drawn to this. You do have to try it out on your skin. You never know. Of course, all of these fragrances are gonna work differently on different people, which is why I'm never afraid to, you know, just give out the names of what I'm wearing, because we all smell differently naturally and are gonna attract different scents. This I would reserve specifically for a date. Whether that's a date in or a date out, this is definitely for a date. So number 1 on my list, Les Sable Rose. It's amazing. Oh, and if you want, let me just read you the description that they put on their website because it's phenomenal. Fascinated by the harmony that springs from contrast, the master perfumer Jacques Cavallet Beltrude has composed a hot and cold perfume playing with 2 exceptional qualities of rose and oud. The freshness of rose and the woody depth of oud exalt one another, borne aloft by a warm of swirl of ambergris. Again, the bottle's refillable, so I know that this is worth it. If you don't watch any other part of the video, you already won. Okay, number 2. Now this one, I feel like the girls definitely love this one, and the guys, okay, it's hard to describe, but like when you smell something feminine and you know it's very feminine, but it's like a sweet, you know, soft feminine. I almost feel like the Louis Vuitton one is very sensual and like alluring and powerful, whereas this next one is very soft and feminine, and it's got a lot of similar scents, but the way that they're melted together and some of the spiciness is taken out of it, so it makes it a lot softer. The guys really love this one too. This is Vanille Antique by Byredo. So this one is one of their extraits. It only comes in the 50 milliliter bottle and not the 100 mLs. So unfortunately, you have to keep repurchasing this, which has definitely happened to me. This was my second bottle that I purchased and it's completely out. So I'm on to the next. So you know it's good because I have empties. Like, this is so good. This 50 ml bottle though retails for $3.50. And it is worth it, but at the same time, that's a little bit painful, especially because Louis gives you 100 mLs for $4.10 now, and it used to be $3.80. So to get 50 for $3.50 is quite a bit. But for me to put it as my number 2 favorite fragrance in my entire collection, and so it's definitely worth it. So on this one, the notes are freesia, plum, amber, cashmere wood, vanilla bean, and citrus oil. And I knew when I read vanilla and amber that this one was gonna capture my heart. Yeah, this one is just, it's almost got like a sweetness to it, kind of like honey, where it's not like sugary and cheap smelling, you know, it's like a heavy, deep sweetness. And then you just smell like the vanilla and the amber, a tiny bit of wood, not as much wood as the Louis Vuitton one. So if you like more sweet smells, this is definitely the option for you. This is my second one that I would pick for a romantic evening. You could definitely wear this out with the girls too, because of course, if you're out with the girls, you may be trying to, you know, pick up something. I wouldn't really splurge on just a night in with this one. This is definitely an attention getter, so you might as well use it to the full benefit, especially at the price point. And I'll just read you 2 lines off of their description. It says here, the expected sweetness of vanilla is cut by textures of earthiness and darkness and a warming mixture of cashmere, wood, and musk to form an intoxicating ambrosia. And honestly, I didn't read any of this stuff before, so it's quite interesting that the feeling that they want to evoke is already naturally built in. There is like a darkness and a sweetness at the same time. I love that. I'm by no means a nose, if you know what I mean, but I think I do a pretty good job of picking. So that's number 2, Vanilla Antique. Now I do have some more affordable options, you know. You don't want to break the bank just to smell good. My number 3, and again, this is not just top favorites in general in my collection. This is just for Valentine's Day. I do realize that my first 2 were like my top 2 favorites. But getting away from that, going back to just these like sultry, sexy scents. The next one, which again, I've gone through several bottles of, is Mon Guerlain. Guerlain is one of my favorite perfume houses. With the luxury perfumes, like the luxury designer brand perfumes, I don't think they get it right at all. Like Louis does, but some of the other fashion houses, their perfumes are like terrible quality. So all of these that I'm giving you will be heavy, strong, and last all day. That's the thing too. I honestly love scents that like punch you in the face. So I don't want to be all up on you, but I love a good smell. And if it's not a good smell, then I know that you're not it. Of course, when I talk about this in the sense of men, I'm talking when I was dating. I'm married now, but I do love to pick out my husband's colognes. It's just like everything smells so good on him. Unfair, really. Back to this. All of these scents are going to last all day long. And some of them I can even smell on my clothes when I'm doing my laundry and they've been sitting in dirty laundry for like a week and I still smell that wonderful fragrance. So anyway, Mon Guerlain, one of my favorite fragrance houses. You know I'm telling the truth with this one because I have one on deck for when I run out. This was actually a little 1 ounce that came in like a gift set. So I went through several bottles of these. I usually buy the 100 mLs. And then if I wait during Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, whenever they have the gift sets, I usually buy it then because I can get these 2 together. So this has been in my collection for years. And it's always a go-to. It's definitely like a winter scent. It's really warm, but there's a softness to this too. It's not so dark as the other 2. It's just warm and cozy. Ooh, this would be a good one to wear if you're having like a night in, like a sexy night in. This would be perfect. Let me look up the price. So the price on this is $155 for the 100 ml, the large bottle. But again, catch it on sale for $155. I think usually you can catch them in Dillard's for either the same price or maybe like a little bit more, but they'll give you like the lotion and they'll give you 30 more mLs. So like I said, when it comes to florals, I like the florals that don't really smell like flowers, but lavender, When I tell you that Guerlain does lavender so good, when we were in Paris, we went to the Guerlain store, the actual like flagship store, and oh my gosh, we got so much history. Like, I'll have to do like a whole video on just Guerlain because I loved it before just for the fragrances, for all of the scents and the smells. But after learning the history and seeing how much detail they put into everything and the care that they take when they're packaging this stuff, like, oh, it's fabulous. And they have levels to it. So this is like department store level, but they have quite a bit of levels. My favorite is for my husband. Oh my gosh, that one was over 500 something, but they gave you a whole experience and let you customize your bottle and wrapped it in store. They did all the things. So anyway, Guerlain does lavender so good. And I have one in my collection called French Lavande. I don't know how to say it in French, but they have a French lavender that smells completely different from most lavender. And so this is amber and a lavender together. That might be why it's so kind of airy. It's not so dark and heavy. But let me read you the notes. So in Mon Guerlain, we have bergamot, mandarin orange, lavender, jasmine, iris rose, Tahitian vanilla, Australian sandalwood, and coumarin. So there's a lovely blend of like spices and amber and lavender. And it gives you a tiny bit of citrus. I knew I smelled citrus in this. It's like a tiny bit because honestly, I don't like citrus and flowers because it reminds me of like fragrances that I wore in high school or that the other girls wore in high school. You know how like you can smell those really bad like Cool Water or Dracar Noir, like those Walgreens fragrances, like Cool Water that all the boys wore back in high school days. Like there's certain fragrances that give me that vibe on a feminine level and I'm just not into it. Certain Bath & Body fragrances from Bath & Body Works from back then will literally make me nauseated because I just remember being in like the gym after track practice and having to like shower up and all the girls just spraying everything. Oh my God. Okay. Quit letting me digress. All right. Oh my gosh. I can smell the vanilla in this. I never really see all this stuff. I'm learning so much, like looking it up for you because I just know what I like. So I don't really bother all the time with looking up like all the fragrance notes. I'm not going to remember them. So that's why I'm reading them now. But just a little caption of what Mon Guerlain has on the Guerlain website. It says it's an ambery fragrance that enhances exceptional raw materials, French lavender, sambac jasmine and sandalwood, and vanilla Tahiti. Okay, so below it says Tahitian vanilla. It says that the French lavender shakes up the vanilla, which I can definitely see. I love this. It says that they added sandalwood to express strength and preserve the mystery of eternal femininity. And that's really what I get with this. I just love this. With these two, we have the strong, powerful, sensual woman, and we have the more sweet and delicate princess, but alluring and still mysterious woman. And then this is like a great in-between level because it smells like almost mysterious, like it's strong, but it's also soft. I really recommend wearing this if you're gonna have a night in. Yeah, lady in the streets. This will give you the duality that you need. Okay, moving on. I have another Byredo scent, and I love this. This was my first Byredo scent, which started the craziness of it all. This is called Slow Dance, and this is like the third or fourth bottle I've gone through of this. And just so you know it's real, I keep another one on hand as well. And this one is not one of the extraits, so like these are way more expensive in the same size. Let me see how much this large size is. I can give you both sizes actually. Let's see. Okay, so 100 mLs of this is $2.80, whereas if you were to get the 50 ml of the Vanilla Antique, it's $3.50. So that just goes to show you. Let's do size per size. Slow Dance. Let's see. Slow Dance. Oh no, did the price just go up? Oh my gosh, get out of here. Okay, so $200 for the 50 ml of the Slow Dance. That's not one of the extraits. And then $380. No, that can't be right. Oh my gosh, and yeah, it is. All right, so the 50 mLs of the Slow Dance is $200, whereas the 50 mLs of the Vanilla Antique is $350. So again, the extraits, they do last a lot longer and you need less sprays. But of all of the regular scents, I say that Slow Dance lasts. Same with the Vanilla Antique and the Sable. I will wash my clothes and they will come back. I know you're not supposed to spray the perfume on your clothes, or in your hair, and I do both because, like I said, I want the smell to smack you in the face because it's that good, you're gonna smell it. So I will wash my clothes and it will come back still smelling like Slow Dance, which is amazing, but sometimes a little frustrating if I want to wear a different scent. Although sometimes it can be fun to mix scents. So anywho, Slow Dance. This one is kind of more like masculine. I would say this would be fun to wear out with the girls too. My husband really loves this. People ask me what I'm wearing all the time with this one, but I get a sense of like the way people ask is different. Let's see what's in this one. Okay, so in Slow Dance is something called Opopanax, Geranium, Violet, Patchouli, and Vanilla. So I didn't know that there's geranium and violet in here. You definitely get the patchouli and the vanilla for sure. Opopanax, I gotta look up and see what that is actually. I don't know that one. Okay, this says that it is a botanical tree native to Somalia and Ethiopia. So it gives a scent of oak, vanilla, honey, and leather. Of course, all the things that I love. Vanilla, honey, oak, and leather. Leather is like one of my favorite regular smells. It's not technically like a perfume smell, but it's like laundry and leather. Anyway, so of all the fragrances here, this is the only one that kind of mixes in a masculine feel to it. And I guess maybe it's the leather that's doing that. It doesn't smell like leather, but I guess it was trying to describe what Opopanax smells like, and it was a combination of all those. And I can see that. You do get a lot of vanilla and patchouli. The violet, maybe like a dark flower smell. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, that's what's in there, but now I understand though what makes me love this so much. This one's very unique, and I love that about Byredo is that everything is unisex. Nothing is like specifically feminine or masculine, but you can definitely pick up the notes when you start smelling them. This would be fun for a night out or a date that's not so sophisticated or formal. I just like wearing this one all the time. I wear this at like every occasion, formal and informal actually. But for Valentine's Day, it is special. So if you're going to have like something super formal and romantic, I would stick probably with the first three and this last one I'm gonna give. And then this one for more like casual. Since it's still a special day, this is a special fragrance. But if you're doing something more casual on a special day, special fragrance for something more casual, this would be perfect. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, and last, now this was my first fragrance that was like a woman fragrance. And I've had this since my last year in college, and it was my favorite, and I have bought it since then. So like every 2 years I have to buy this. It lasts a long time. And actually, oh my gosh, I just thought about it. I probably haven't bought this since like 2017. So it lasts a long time. But that is Very Irresistible by Givenchy. And I emphasize the very because sometimes I see online that they're discontinuing this, but somehow they always bring it back when they do like the box gift sets, like for Mother's Day, Valentine's, Christmas, all the things. So I always get it during that time because you usually can get like little travel size roller, stuff like that. This comes in the dark purple bottle. So the one that comes in a fuchsia bottle, I believe is the Eau de Toilette, which they always had an Irresistible and a Very Irresistible. And the Very was the one that was so much heavier and darker and spicier. The other one was more of like a fresh, I feel like it was more of like a summertime fragrance. But this one is very spicy, and sometimes it's hard to find, so that kind of makes me a little bit sad. I have repurchased this so many times and it's very affordable. How much is this? We don't know. When you find it, grab it because there it is. Yes, Macy's. Okay, just to help you out, Macy's has it online right now. Yeah, I have the 75 ml. So the 50 ml is 120. The 75 ml is 132. So 75 ml is a better bang for your buck. So $132. I think what give this one the allure to me is that it has star anise, it has roses, and it has vanilla. And I swear there's like a pepper or something. There's something that gives it like a little spice. But this was the first fragrance that I had where people really always asked me like, what is that? And it's very strong for that price point. The way that this is another one that you can wash your clothes and still smell after you washed. I think that this is probably like the most affordable grown woman's like rich smelling perfume that I have as far as like the more affordable ones and the ones that are easy to access just at your local department store. This one I think is good for a romantic night out or a night out with the girls. Like this one's kind of like flirty and fun, but it's still not like that immature smelling perfume. It's very like rich. I love this. It smells so good. And funny thing is I love powdery scents. I don't have any of those here. I just feel like if you're doing a romantic night or something super fun or something that should be memorable, that you need a little bit of like spice and sultriness. To me, when you smell vanilla and amber or honey or rose, like those are the things that really evoke passion and femininity. Those are the best choices that you can go with on Valentine's Day. Let's do a recap. My top choice, Rose de Sable from Louis Vuitton, Vanille Antique from Byredo, Mon Guerlain from Guerlain, Slow Dance from Byredo, and Very Irresistible from Givenchy. Now, I could have picked a lot more, especially if you wanted certain scent profiles. Like I said, I love powdery smells. I also love honey. I love my lavender scents. There's a few that I have that are like a little bit more light and airy and fresh smelling. So I do love the fresh smell as well. I'm really just not heavy on the florals, which is weird because I think it's just a specific type of floral. I think it matters with what they're combined with. I don't like the floral to be the main smell. I don't mind a hint of a floral kick just to kind of make it a little more feminine, but I do not like the floral to take over. So if there's any kind of scent profile you want to do, or maybe I'll just do like my entire collection so that you can see, because I love fragrances and I'm not like a fragrance snob or anything. So I won't judge you. I just want to put you on. So yeah, you can't go wrong with any of these at all. Like if you just have no idea what to get one of these, spray a little on before you get dressed and after, and I guarantee you, you are going to have the most memorable Valentine's Day ever. Hopefully I helped save you some time. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have questions. Have fun out there on your dates. I know I will. To be honest, we don't do anything for Valentine's Day though. There's too many people out. I prefer to just do stuff all the other days. But if you have something special planned, oh, I'm so excited for you. Get one of these, you won't regret it. And let me know. You report back to me. Tell me what happens. Okay, love you, bye.